This is Urdizzle back with a Pro Tour video for week 119, and I'll walk you guys through my bag for this. I actually threw a couple putters in there, the Accurate Sticky and the Accurate Glide. I don't really use them too much, but there's a couple holes that I found them somewhat useful. And then my main putter, my Accurate Windbreak Fuse, and of course the Accurate Windbreak Compass. Those are my two favorite attributes, which carries over into my fairway drivers. I've got the 3-disc combo, the River, the Explorer, and the Musket, all Accurate Windbreak. And then finishing off the fairway drivers, I've got the Accurate Glide Musket, which kind of bridges the gap to my drivers. And then my distance drivers, I've got my Wind Glide Recoil, which has been a staple in my bag for quite some time. And then a newer disc, but I've been really liking this one, the Glide Turn Ballista Pro, which will replace my Wind Glide Ballista. And then the big boys, the Light Glide and Glide Skip Ballista Pros. And so this is actually the first full Pro Tour I've played. I think I've played one full Pro Tour in the last 7 or 8. I've been doing other things, making these videos. So round one before we start, looks like 13 under was the hot round. So I kind of have an idea of what to shoot for. And some people have different strategies for how they approach the Pro Tour. They'll warm up, they'll do some other random things. I just hop in and I play. And right here, hole 1, KAHO, I'm going for it. I mean, if that gives you an idea, this particular one, and look, I slowed down a little, just made it through there. And all I gotta do is miss that tree right there, a little slow-mo. So that's how I play. I play aggressive, I play quick, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's how I've tackled these. I've kind of lost track, but I've won quite a few Pro Tours. I think at last count I was at 16 or 17, maybe even 18, something around there, but that's just how I play. I play aggressive, and I'm gonna go for these. Hole 2, now obviously I'm not going to run this one. I'm going to play my Explorer. If you watched my KAHO hole 8 video, you know I'm going to go Explorer. You know where I'm going to aim. I mean, I don't want to call it a gimme birdie because I don't think there is such thing in the game. Maybe Sunshine if you don't go for the aces, but this is pretty much a gimme birdie if you play it smart. And so start off pretty well here. And then hole 3, this one can be a little tricky. So with the crosswind to 3, right to left, I actually like to go forehand. So I'm going to go forehand Ballista Pro and play it out here. And I don't always get the skips that I like using forehand because of the way the ground is sloped, but it works out pretty well for me and it gets me out. And then I don't have to worry about going OB left. And then here with the wind right to left, wind to 3, I'm going to play this way wide right and just let it skip over. And that actually might... Oh, wow. Didn't get as much skip as I would have hoped. And so 65 feet, and normally that's a putt, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. You got to be careful in this hole, though, because, yes, I was able to get that one. There is some elevation change, so even though it's 65 feet, you have to be able to use your judgment and find out, is it 65 feet uphill, downhill, flat? And that one was pretty flat. All right, so for holes 4, 5, 6, we're shifting over to Crow's Nest. I had basically a perfect start. I know some people would say, well, you didn't get an ace on hole 2. Yeah, you're not going to go eagle, ace, eagle if you're playing it smart. So for me, that was a perfect start. Hole 1 there, Crow's Nest is pretty easy stuff. Hole 5 here, this is the downhill, and I like the river on this. I've just got to be a little careful because when I throw the river with a tailwind, that has a tendency to push it long, and that one is actually going to be pretty good as long as it slows down and hits those rocks. So I really like those rocks because I've actually missed those rocks and skipped up the hill there. It's not very fun, but 52 feet, slightly uphill, that's a putt for me. I like that shot. So 5 holes in, ideal start. Got the 2 eagles. Hole 6, and this is, so with the wind to 3, this is a musket shot. I'm not going to call this a gimme, but this is an absolute must get. Just throw it up high, let it slam into the rocks. There's really no reason to miss that one. I even considered going Accurate Windbreak, but in this case I just went with the Accurate Glide. Gets me down there, and that one almost rolled. I actually thought my stomach dropped a little bit. I thought that was going to roll into the water, but it did not, and we're in good shape. All right, hole 7, we transition over to Harrowing Woods, and I just did a video on this hole. So, and again, I played aggressive on hole 1. You know exactly what I'm doing. Even though I have a really good round going right here, I actually consider it, so it went up the hill a little bit and I'm a little further than I like. So normally I would play aggressive, but I'm a little out of position, so I actually laid up. It's not something I normally do, but I was a little further out than I wanted, and I was up the hill, which means the distance. Again, if you watch my video for Harrowing Hole 8, I actually went OB 2 times in a row because I was up that hill, and I misjudged the distance and the height, so I actually went a little high. So I didn't want to mess with that since I had a pretty good round going. And then Hole 8, that's easy tap-in stuff. And then this is a gimme too, so we're going to finish 12 under. I know the hot round was a 13 under, which I've got to give them props. That's a really, really, really good round. I'm trying to think where I could have gotten another stroke out of this other than acing one of these holes. I really don't know what an easy one would have been. So I'm very, very happy with that score. So it was a 1099 rated round, so not quite 1100. 12 under, and that will put me 1 stroke out of first place after round 1. And I posted it right now. For some reason it didn't put me on the leaderboard, but there were several 12 unders. Which moves us over into round 2. So as I said, there were several 12 unders. So it looks like the hot round for this is 11 under, a couple 10 unders, I believe, when I scroll down. So we'll see how it goes. And we start off on Coyote, so you know this is going to be a challenging layout. And this one I'm going to throw a forehand. I just like how the forehand plays. And so my forehand musket, the accurate glide, just let it glide down there. And sometimes, every now and again, it'll skip a little too far to the right. But with a wind of 1, I wasn't really too worried about that. All right, so basically if you're playing one of these new courses, Coyote, KAHO, even OWLWOOD and Frozen, although Frozen I don't think is in these, they're going to give you some pretty good ratings. All right, this one, which is normally hole 7 on Coyote, I love it because of the wind. And right here, I thought there's a chance it could go in, so just a little bit high. But with a wind of 3 there, you knew it was going to help you out. Just slam it into the wall and get your birdie. I like doing that, especially on hole 3 on Coyote 2, the par 4. If you play the safe bailout to the right, you can throw your second shot and just slam it into the wall and get an easy birdie. All right, so this one, again, we're going aggressive. We're going with the glide skip, Ballista Pro. Just miss that, miss it, miss it, miss it. Oh, okay. Now I got to miss all these little trees down here. All right, we're going to have a putt maybe. Yes. Get me inside 50. Perfect. All right, so we got a putt. Just got to aim a little higher up here. I found that anything outside 50 on this, even though you think you can make it, I really don't trust the putts. So 49 feet just inside there. So we're, again, this is a round and 3 holes in, and we are in great shape. And we shift over to Blueberry, so we know this is not going to be good for ratings. And again, you have to birdie all these and maybe throw in a hole-in-one in there, unless you get the par 4. But I'm not a big fan of Blueberry. This is actually my least favorite course. I know a lot of people will say they don't like Frozen or they don't like KAHO Park or all these harder courses. I hate this course. Like, it's boring. If you're not getting hole-in-ones, you're behind. It's a boring course. I just don't care for it. Not a lot of variety, even though they toss in, 1 par 4 and a couple holes that have a little bit of elevation change, like a couple downhill, a couple uphill. It's just boring. I just don't enjoy it. So got our birdie. And in this one here, again, I'm going to throw, I've got a musket forehand I'm pretty comfortable with that I try to ace on this. But usually I'm just trying to kind of throw this up here, miss the tree, and that's actually got a shot. Oh, get it. Oh, no. Just missed. I've actually gotten that one before. See, you guys saw the slow motion and you thought it was an ace. I gotcha. No, that was a pretty good line, just a little off. So that's, if I play that hole again, I'll correct on that mistake. All right, and then we finish off. We're back to Harrowing Woods again. All right, so hole 1, this is a musket shot. And I kind of waffle back and forth with this one. Sometimes I throw my accurate windbreak musket. Sometimes I throw, a little slow motion there too. Sometimes I throw my accurate glide musket. It just depends on what I'm feeling. Sometimes it's the wind. If the wind is strong, I'll throw the accurate windbreak just so I can have a little more consistency with my throws. Let's see what we got next. Okay, another pretty easy one. Now that in one of the more recent updates, they gave the fuse a little more power. Oh, that's got a shot too. Another slow-mo, it's good. Now that one's going in. There we go. So right now, this is just perfect. Remember, 11 under was the hot round. Oh, and we got this one too. So if I can throw my glide skip ballista through there, that's going to make it. Now, the only thing I worry about is if I go too long. Oh, and that's going to kick to the basket. Bingo. That is exactly what we needed. So it looks like we got the tree in the way. We're going to have to straddle out to the side, but that's pretty easy putt. Shouldn't miss that one. So 12 under, I think that is going to be the hot round for round 2. So 1083 rated round. Could have been higher without Blueberry in there, but that's... So 2 rounds in, I mean, this is nearly a perfect start. I would even say with the ace in there, it's more than a perfect start. So we are I believe after the first 2 rounds, once everybody finished, I think I was tied for first. I think someone else also shot a pair of 12s. So going into round 3, it looks like 11 under's the hot round, but most people are shooting 9 or 10. So I always like to look at that to see what kind of idea of what I need to throw and expectations. It kind of gives me an idea of what's coming up as well. Okay, so it's going to be a good rated round. Hole 1, we're starting off on a very difficult hole, and I'm going to play my hyzer around that tree. And again, I don't want to say I don't feel nerves with these, but I've played so many pro tours and I've done really well on these. I don't really feel nervous anymore, but I have concern. Like when I see this is hole 1, I get a little concerned like, oh crap, this is not the hole I want to see. But I'm usually pretty calm with these. And I think that's one thing a lot of people I see post on the Facebook group about how they feel the baskets are different during the pro tour rounds and they get all these bad breaks. I think a lot of people put more pressure on themselves during those pro tour rounds. You just got to relax, just chill, just go in and do your thing. Like right there, perfect drive. I know where the gap is. I mean, that's a pretty easy birdie right there. It's just do your thing. If you played it enough, you know what you got to do, and just don't get in your head that, oh my God, it's the pro tour baskets now. They're going to be not as friendly. I don't buy into that at all. All right, I'd actually been working on a roller on this hole a little bit, but I was not comfortable enough to use it. And so usually I'm out here in the 70 to 90 foot range, and I'm okay with that. This headwind is going to make this a little more difficult though, so I've got to be careful that I don't throw it too high, and I did. Crap. So first mistake of the pro tour, messed that one up, but it's hard to be flawless, so you just got to forget it, have a short memory, and move on to the next one. And so we kick into Blueberry, which I don't want to say this is it's bad luck, but having that happen on the last hole of OWLWOOD, oh, I was just going to say how much it sucks then to come to Blueberry, but then I ace the next hole to make up for that miss. So you got to keep your head in the game. I keep saying that. I stress that so much in videos, whether it's this game or disc golf in real life. You got to keep your head in the game. And for me, when I play these pro tours, it's first place or nothing. Like, I don't care. If I'm not winning it, I really don't care. Like, I'm to that point. I don't need the experience. I don't need the coins. Like, I want to win. And so that's why you just practice keeping your head in the game. And then this one, I was hoping to get a better ace run than that. That was actually decent, but that wind was actually pretty strong. I'm not too upset. This hole has actually been giving me problems lately because I run it every single time with my fuse. I've actually been messing around a little bit using a forehand pure, the Accurate Glide Pure, but I've been leaving myself some pretty long putts. I've actually missed several coming back from like 70, 80, 90 feet in winds of 3. So I try to be careful when I'm ace running that one. All right, so we shift over from my least favorite course on Blueberry to probably my favorite course, Crow's Nest, and I love this cave hole. Just the variety of these holes, it's just fun. Then we get hole 4 from Crow's Nest and a wind of 1. You're in the 3rd round of the Pro Tour. I think I'm winning after 2 rounds. There's no way I'm going for the up over the top, especially when I can put it down here. And this is in pretty good range. I think I can put this one in with my forehand fuse. So I'm going to aim a little lower. Usually the aim spot is just below the target above the basket. And I think I can make this. Oh, just left. Oh, I want that one back. I want that one back. I'm not saying that's one I absolutely should have made, but I think I gave that one away. Let's hope that stroke doesn't come back and bite me. All right, and then this hole again. So there's that tailwind again. So I'm a little concerned, so I'll throw my river here. But I really worry about that tailwind of 2 going too far. So I'm really hoping it slams into those rocks behind it. Oh, up the hill. No, 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 no. That's not where I want to be. So now I've got a tricky throw in from 75. And again, right there, that's the thing I'm talking about. When I read those, I read the wind, I read the distance, the height, elevation, and I just make quick decisions. And that's just how I am. So that round finished 1042. I made that mistake on hole 3, but then I got the hole in 1 to kind of make up for it. And then obviously we didn't get the eagle on that last crow's nest, but we're in really, really, really good shape. I think I am tied for, yes, you can see up there, I am tied for first going into round 4. And looking at the rounds, it looks like 9, 10 under should get it done if I can hit that. So we're going to roll into round 4 knowing we need a 9 or 10 under, and let's see what happens. And first course is Sunshine. Ugh. Again, not my favorite, but that is positive, though, because that means we've got a good shot. Get it. Oh. Means we've got a good shot at 9 under if I can get a hole in 1 on one of these. Now, if I can get the par 4, that will be best case scenario. Jeez, I almost missed that putt. Good God, what is wrong with me? That was just me going a little too quick and being careless. All right, then we got Sunshine hole 1 for the second hole, and that one's off. That's that wobble that never had a chance. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. All right, so we just got to see what pops up on the third hole. Is it going to be one of the par 3s, or is it going to be the par 4? And it's another par 3. All right, so this is a accurate windbreak musket. I feel pretty good about this one. And even if I go too long, I don't mind being back up on the top of that hill. That's got a good shot. Woo! Third. So that's the third ace, I think, this Pro Tour. That is huge, huge, huge. So now if I birdie out, I'm pretty comfortable at 10 under will get it done. And now we shift over to OWLWOOD, so you know you're going to have some tough holes. And kick through there, kick through there. I actually don't mind going through those branches because right about this tree is 60-ish feet, 62. So I am definitely going to putt that. It is slightly uphill, but it's still within my putting range. And again, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm very comfortable with putting and anything 65 and in, assuming it's flat. Okay, so now this is OWLWOOD hole 1. I don't mind this. This is not one of the harder ones that I worry about. Kick through there. That should be within 50. Oh, 70. I'm a little further out. This is going to be tricky. Quick decision. Whew. All right, we made that, but I felt that one a little in my stomach. So I said I don't get nervous, but that one made my stomach kind of tighten a little bit. All right, and then hole 2. So we're in good shape now. What I don't like here is the right to left wind of 3. That's going to make this second shot kind of tricky. So for this hole, this is the reason I actually added the accurate sticky pure, was just for a hole like this. So I'm going to aim it kind of at the basket, about 2/3 power, aim a little higher, and I'll turn it over a little bit, and we should be able to throw it in the water. That was absolutely awful. I think that so we'll try a little bit more power. That should land. And the sticky did not stick. Wow. And that right there, guys, is how to completely crap the bed when you're shooting a Pro Tour. That's it. That is game over. I think the best I can shoot now is like a 7 under. And I'm going to play that I don't think I'm going to finish this round. I'll play into hole 9 just because I've got an ace run every one of these now. But this, I think if I finish 7 under, my guess is I'll lose by 1 or 2 or 3 strokes. And again, I've told you guys, for me, it's either first place or no place. I don't care. I don't care about the experience. I don't care about the coins. And right there, I threw an amazing Pro Tour, and I just pissed it away in 1 hole. And that's it. That's the focus. So that right there tells you that even I've been playing this game for a year and a half, and even I am not immune to making mistakes like that. And I will concede in this. I never. Oh, that's a good shot. I never make excuses. That pure has only been in my bag for less than a week. And I guess I just haven't practiced it enough, because that I thought I put enough turn on it, but it actually faded to the left quicker. So I might have to look at putting the keystone in there, because that pure absolutely did not do what I wanted to do. And we're just going to get crazy here and try a weird line. Oh, that's not even going to clear the tree. Yep, that's garbage. I'm going to be behind the bush. Oh, that's trash. Yeah, can't make this one. Not unless I throw it through the bush. We're just going to have to throw it and assume it's not going to hit the bush. But, yep, we're not going to finish this round, guys. So, yes, I did quit that round, because that would have been probably a sub 900 round with all that crap in there. And there it is. So, I blew it in the middle of the 4th round when I had it all wrapped up. But again, and some people say, well, why'd you quit? I don't care about anything. For me, it's about winning. It's first place or no place. And looking at the final leaderboard, it looks like a 42 under. So if I would have shot a 9 under, so if I would have birdied out after that hole in one, I would have won this by 1 stroke. But it is what it is, and we did not finish this one. But hopefully this is a learning experience for you guys when you go through pro tours, to kind of keep your head on straight and know that all it takes is one slip up and it's game over. So hopefully this is a good learning experience for you guys to see how I tackle these and the frustrations, and even with the holes in one and all the different great shots, all it takes is one hole and it's game over. So I will be back soon with chapter 2 of my Zero to Hero series, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video.